No matter the timeline, to your mind, it doesn't exist in the past, in this moment. So it couldn't be real. It feels really good, doesn't it, when you let yourself imagine how good it would feel if you had this relationship with this future version of yourself present here. But no matter the timeline, to your mind, this future self doesn't exist because it has no past reference of it being there. To your mind, in linear terms, you need to live through time and space before it does become real. A conscious creator doesn't serve time and space. Time and space serve the creator. We've said this before many times, and now it's become abundantly clear. So let's just pretend that who you will naturally become anyways, because you're already allowing those potentials right now to become real, is standing right next to you. Standing right next to you. It's free of all the discomfort, all the doubts, worries, and concerns. It simply enjoys living. If you could hear its wisdom, what would it say? Can you give it a voice and not call it channeling? Dear ones, your freedom relies outside the confines of your mind. What you have been trying to become, all the effort you have earnestly put into this whole embodied enlightenment, is complete folly. You, the enlightened human, already exist. You, the enlightened human, already exist. Time and space, or should we just say your mind, believes that life is in service to it. And our question to all of you would be quite simply, how is that going? How is that going? Your mind would accept this if this version of yourself that is already enlightened also existed in your past. So how do we work with this? Take a deep breath there, dear ones, and ask these technologies to work with our energy and our presence. You own what you will become in this moment. You own what you will become in this now moment. Why wait for it to become real when your future self is standing right next to you in this fresh, new, now moment? The mind can relax because this fresh, new, now moment, right now, tomorrow, will represent your past. And it will give it a tangible experience that what you are allowing right now is real. And that's its biggest resistance, its biggest concern, is that what you're hoping for is but a fairy tale. Now, if you're willing to play with this, it's going to trigger, as we've talked about here of late before, some really uncomfortable feelings, an awareness that you're actually just pretending to be stuck. And we don't say that as a judgment. You're stuck looking in the rearview mirror. We've been talking about this of late, and of course, our solution It's very simple. Pretend not to be stuck by allowing what you end up becoming anyways to be in your life right now. A playful and indeed a profound choice. And only a conscious creator would be so bold to command time and space to serve it. So how do we put that into a tangible relationship here that allows your mind to feel this is something it can embrace? It's something it can believe in. You begin to speak, give voice to the wisdom that already exists in your heart. That becomes your primary truth. It doesn't happen initially 100% of the time, but it's an opportunity to claim what you end up becoming anyways as being real right now. If you want to call it channeling, so be it. Our approach with Robert is, let's move beyond that label channeling and just call it your voice. From our perspective, every human being on this planet is channeling. They just are unconscious of who they're channeling for. Most of them are channeling for what society expects of them. Most of them are channeling for what mom and dad expects of them. Most of them are channeling for all the expectations they inherited from this human experience. Most of them are channeling for their mind. And so when you begin to give voice to the future version that has allowed the presence of your soul to be present, it sounds initially otherworldly, a little bit airy-fairy, a little bit too good to be true kind of voice, kind of feeling. So to make this real, where this future version that's standing right next to you real ends up becoming real, what happens? You become very discerning about the thoughts that you hear in your head, and you decide if they represent your truth. You become the observer of your own internal dialogue. You become the observer and not the reactor of your own emotions. Emotions being the byproduct of what your mind believes. Very different from how your heart feels in relationship with consciousness. And so you consciously choose not to respond to the emotions that naturally get triggered and let them take a back seat in your life. You don't push against them. You don't force them. You don't judge them. You allow them to coexist with you in the back seat. In the back seat. And then something profound happens. You've made room, you've made space in your life for who you also are. How it perceives reality, how it feels about reality, this part of you, this future version that you become anyways. But why wait? Allow it to be present here now. And observe all that is not that, but is in relationship with your divine self. This is a bold choice. And again, this is not for everyone. Let's take a deep breath there, dear ones.